Hello everyone, welcome to This Week in Comics. I am Sid, we're in Comic Connections in Banbury, as we are every week. We are taking a look at all the cool comics coming out this week, which is the 4th of July. So, you know, America Day, please don't kill us all. Yeah, let's look at the comics. There's lots of good stuff. Remember, these are available from all good comic shops, not just Comic Connections in Banbury. So please support your local. If you have trouble finding a local store, hit us up and we can do mail order. Okay, a couple of things to mention before we get going, because I keep forgetting to mention them. We still have the Fathom teaser free if you come in store and say, I've watched your video and I want that comic. We also have, brand new this week, Project Superpowers Issue 0. So this is a big release from Dynamite. They're doing it for 10 cents. What's the point? It's free. Come in, ask for it, say, hey, I want Project Superpowers because I saw your video, and that's completely free. As well as that, if you're a DC customer and you have DC Comics on your subscription, DC Nation Issue 2 is completely free. It is first come, first serve. We don't have enough for everyone. But, you know, if you've got DC books on your sub and you ask very nicely, we could probably put this on your sub for you as well, so you never miss an issue. We still have a couple of issue 1s, because I didn't mention it last month. So that's that. Moving on. Previews was out this week. Sorry, last week it was out. As you know, we order everything in store from Previews, like 99% of what we carry is in here. This is looking at all the comics being released in September. If you want to get ahead of the game, find out what's going to be available in store, come in and check this out. We have Previews evening tomorrow night, where we're open an extra hour until 6 o'clock, as we are every Wednesday. So you Wednesday warriors can pick up your comics on day of release. Okay, let's look at this week's comics. It's another huge week this week. That goes without saying. There's been lots of huge weeks lately. So I don't need to mention books like Avengers Issue 4 and Justice League Issue 3, because all of you guys who want those books, you've all got them on sub, so you get your 20% discount, right? So I don't need to mention them, right? So what am I going to mention this week? Well, some comics are so big that most people have them on sub anyway. It's actually our best-selling book month to month, and that is Batman Issue 50. It's the Tom King Batman Catwoman wedding we've all been waiting for. I've said loads about this in the lead up to it. New York Times have said even more about what happens in this book. Unfortunately, they did it Saturday night, so they spoiled this for everyone. I managed to avoid spoilers. I was excited to come into work today. As soon as the delivery got here, you'd think I'd be working and doing all your orders. No. I sat down and read Batman Issue 50 because I managed to avoid the spoilers this long. There's no spoilers here. Just please read it. If you're a Batman fan, you're getting this already. If you're not a Batman fan, Tom King's run is fantastic. I've said that many times. He's one of the best writers working in comics at the minute. So please come in and check this out. If you want to talk to us and find out whatever Tom King books are available, we can do that. I don't need to mention it anymore, right? So it kind of goes without saying what my second pick's going to be. It's Catwoman Issue 1. So this is following straight on from the events of Batman Issue 50. And we're going to see where Batman and Catwoman go from here. I can't really say any more than that, other than there's a beautiful Joelle Jones cover. She's actually drawn the whole book. And we also have the Art Germ covers also available. Not loads. When the variants go, they go. So you're all used to the fact by now that the DC variants don't have the gubbins and the wording across the front. They're just putting the art front and centre. These variants, the Batman variants and the Justice League variants by Jim Lee, holy hell do they sell well. They actually sell better for us. In the case of the Justice League, that sells better for us than the regular Justice League. So let's move on. I don't need to keep talking about Catwoman. So what else is new? Captain America on the 4th of July. That's not a coincidence. It's written by Ta-Nehisi Coates, who has been writing Black Panther to some critical affair for the last few years. I don't think it's the first time an African-American writer has written Steve Rogers, but it's one of the few times an African-American writer has written Steve Rogers. So, yeah, a lot of people are excited for this. I'm a Captain America guy, and I buy this stuff anyway. It's drawn by Lionel Francis Yu, who some of you might remember from Wizard Issue 50 Talent Search. That's like 20 years ago. You don't remember that. I really hope you don't remember that, because then you're as old as me. This is the point to jump on for Captain America. It's simple as that. So if you've already jumped onto Thor, you've already jumped onto Avengers, you've jumped onto Tony Stark, you're looking forward to Spider-Man later in the month, you want to come on to Cap, this is your starting point, and it looks great. So please give it a shot. What else have Marvel got out this week? Well, you know, of course, Cosmic Ghost Rider is a thing now. Off the back of Donny Cates' very successful Thanos series. Thanos Wins, as it's sometimes known. Cosmic Ghost Rider has been popular enough to deserve his own book. And we have that right here for you guys. So actually we don't, we've sold out before. Like we've got like 2 left. So be in early Wednesday and you'll be all right. If you're not in early Wednesday, then you're going to hear, we've sold out. But put it on sub, save 20%, never miss an issue. That's why we do that. Okay, so that's 2 Marvel, 2 DC. We're moving into the indie section. So we have Transformers Bumblebee, issue 1. So this is a movie prequel, because obviously we're getting a 6th Transformers movie, but this one looks to be the first good one. In that it's not directed by Michael Bay, and John Cena's in it. I like John Cena, sue me, come at me, whatever. I'm not mentioning so much this is because this is good. I'm mentioning this because we have a load of people who get Transformers comics, but I haven't put this in anyone's section because it doesn't look essential. It's a different universe. It's not the IDW core canon universe. So if you're like, hey, I'm a Transformers guy and I want all Transformers, why haven't you given me that? Let me know and I will pull you one of the few copies we have of this in store. Okay, an interesting one from Dynamite. We don't cover Dynamite as much as we probably should because they publish like Red Sonja and Vampirella and all sorts of weird and wonderful books, including ones with Tarzan in. Why not? Elvira issue 1. I'm sure Elvira has had a series before. I don't really remember stocking Elvira in store before. So this is a first one for us. She's a very nice lady. I met her at a signing. She still looks good despite her age. Probably shouldn't put that in, that's pretty horrifically sexist to me. Nice covers by Joseph Michael Linsner. There's also loads of other variants available, as you would imagine from a Dynamite issue 1. Do you like that kind of spook show, creepy goth thing? I do. Check out Elvira. Purely on the back of how well the Jim Henson Labyrinth comics have sold for us after I mentioned them here on the video, I felt I should mention Beneath the Dark Crystal. So this is a 12-issue series in the Dark Crystal world. There's lots of Dark Crystal fans out there. They don't necessarily know that there are Dark Crystal comics coming out, so we're trying to kind of get the word out there. Dark Crystal, Labyrinth, Fraggle Rock, these kind of weird Henson projects that people have forgotten for 40, 30 years. They are having stuff coming out now. So if you're a Hensonite, boom. Well, Archaea, close enough. Okay, so new from Image this week, because Image issue 1s always do well for us. A lot of people then go to trade, but they want to see the issue 1. Is Unnatural. It's an interesting one. So at a cursory glance, I flicked through it and I thought, yeah, this doesn't look great. It looks a bit kind of like someone who's obsessed with fairies wrote a kind of fairly pervy, porny comic. Actually, there is a lot more going on. The subtext behind the book is basically about arranged marriages and forced breeding programs. So there is a lot more going on in this book than you will think at an initial glance. Sounds interesting. It's a female writer and artist, so she's the complete author herself. I'm not familiar with her work. I can't be familiar with everyone's work. I try my best. But yeah, it looked interesting to us in previews, enough that we took a punt on it. We already have a couple of sub-customers, so that's good. If you want to try something new and different with an interesting subtext, which it's always relevant to talk about this kind of stuff, please check out Unnatural. Brand new in store this week is Hellblazer Volume 19. So I'm making that my pick of the week because I'm a big Hellblazer fan. So DC are reprinting all the Hellblazer books in order. They've never actually done that until recently. We're like 19 volumes in now, which we're caught up to issue 228. Blimey. So we're getting there. It's a 300 issue series. Actually, all 300 issues were good, if not great. You've got like creators such as Garth Ennis, Warren Ellis, Andy Diggle, Denise Mina, Jamie Delano, Grant Morrison, Neil Gaiman. There's some talent on this book, like serious British talent. Mike Carey. I'm going to forget someone. I can't help it. Paul Jenkins, there's another one. I'm just name dropping. You don't even know if I'm making these names up, do you? If you want to try Hellblazer, this is the stuff I recommend. This was great. The new 52 Constantine stuff was pants. The Constantine the Hellblazer stuff was pants. The Rebirth stuff, it's okay. But this is the good stuff. So if you've ever had interest in Hellblazer, this is it. That's it. I'm out for this week. I'm not going to do a wrap-up. I'm doing the wrap-up here. I'm done. I'm going home. See you later. See you in store. Comment, like, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.